Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video 3 of chapter 1 of history, the French Revolution. In today's video, we will discuss the outbreak of revolution which ultimately resulted in the storming of the Bastille. So let's start. Till now, we saw that the questions were raised against the feudal privileges enjoyed by the clergy and nobility, and the works of philosophers like Jean-Jacques Rousseau and John Locke. They further added to this debate. Ultimately, at the same time, the news spread that Louis XVI was to call a meeting of the States General for putting the proposal of increasing the taxes. We know the treasure was empty when Louis XVI ascended the throne, and still, with that empty treasure, he was not able to maintain an extravagant court. Still, he was maintaining, and the ultimate burden of the tax was to be borne by the peasants, that is, the third estate. So, when the meeting of the Estates General was called, the third estate representatives they totally protested against this, and the meeting was in vain. How it happened, let us see. The monarchs in France, they were absolutists, but they were not having absolute power to increase and impose taxes on their own. For this, or for the increase in the taxes, a proposal was to be kept in the Estates General. The Estates General was a political body in which the representatives of the three estates they sent, and they gave their consent to such proposals of increasing the taxes. Although the monarch cannot increase the taxes on his own, but he was having the right to call the meeting. For this purpose, on 5th of May 1789, Louis XVI he called the meeting of the Estates General, and in this meeting, near about or approximately 1200 representatives, with 300 from the clergy, 300 representing the nobility, and some 600 representing the peasantry, they attended the meeting. The 300 representatives each of the first two estates, they were allowed to sit facing each other in rows, whereas the 600 representatives who were basically the rich businessmen and the professionals, they were allowed to sit behind the 300 representatives each of the nobility and the clergy. Tsar Louis XVI he presented the proposal, but it was an age old custom that one estate was having only one vote. So overall only 3 votes were to be cast, and the proposal can be approved or disapproved depending upon if 2 votes were cast or all the 3 votes were cast in the favor of the proposal. This time also Louis XVI put the proposal of increasing the taxes with the main aim that it will be passed by the nobility and clergy, but this time the situation was different. Now the peasantry was comprising of the rich businessmen and professionals and government officials. They all totally refuted this idea, and they demanded now the system of voting to be changed, and one person will cast one vote, that is one person one vote system should be adopted. Louis XVI refused this proposal, and in protest the 600 representatives of the third estate they walked out of the hall of Versailles, and the proposal was not passed. Also, the peasants, they included the artisans and women and small handicrafts and other such artists who were doing meager jobs. These people were not allowed to enter into the hall of Versailles where the meeting of Estates General was going on. So they also wrote letters in protest, and there were somewhere around 40,000 letters in the protest. The representatives, after the proposal of one person one vote was rejected by the king, the representatives of the third estate, they started considering this proposal, this rejection of proposal, as a way to get a liberation. And what they did, they assembled on June 20 in an indoor tennis court in the grounds of Versailles, and they declared themselves as the National Assembly, as they started thinking themselves as a spokesperson of the entire country. Right now, they also decided to draft a constitution, that constitution with the main aim to limit the powers of the monarch and to bring an end to the feudal privileges enjoyed by the nobles and clergy. These people who met at the tennis court, they were led by two persons, Abbe Sieyes and Mirabeau. Mirabeau was a noble by birth. He was born in a noble family, but he was against the feudal privileges. He always proposed a society in which no such feudal privileges will be there. Also, he brought a journal and delivered powerful speeches. Whereas Abbe Sieyes was a priest, and he wrote an influential pamphlet, and the title was "What is the Third Estate?" When all this was going on, at the same time, what happened? A severe winter, it declined the agricultural harvest, and this bad harvest led to shortage of bread. Due to shortage of bread, the prices of bread rose, and the bakers, they started exploiting this situation. They started hoarding. Hoarding matlab they kept a stock of the bread with them, and they waited till the prices of the bread will rose due to shortage in the supply, and the demand will increase. So they started hoarding the supplies, and after spending long hours at the bakery, when the people, they were told that now the bakery bread is not available, bread is over, no such bread is available, they will not get the bread. The women and the men who were waiting for hours in the at the bakery in the queues for their turn, they became angry, and they started fighting with the bakers. So in order to control such a situation, the king ordered the troops to move into the city of Paris, and with this, rumors it is spread that the king has ordered his men or soldiers to open fire on the innocent public, and that's why some 7,000 men, they gathered themselves and they entered into the fortress prison Bastille on 14th July 1789 and demolished it. This was in the town. Now, whenever a revolution spreads, what happens? The revolution, its effect can be felt. Since it was a nationwide revolution, so the effects can be felt not within the town but in the countryside. Countryside, that is the bordering areas of the country. So in the countryside also, there were large land estates which were known as the manors, and the rumors, they also spread from one village to another that the manors, they have hired brigands. Brigands, that is the persons who are carrying arms, जिन्हें हम हिंदी में लठैत भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है. So the persons, brigands of persons were hired by the manor, and who will destroy the ripened crops due to the revolution taking place. So the peasants, they were caught in a fear, and they started, organizing themselves, and when they became organized, they seized the hose and pitchforks and they started attacking the Chetoks. What is Chetoks? Chetoks is basically the castle or palace, or you can say the state residence, official residence of a king or a nobleman. ठीक है. और यहाँ पर जो होता है बेसिकली मैनोर. मैनोर क्या होता है? इट इज़ ए लार्ज एग्रीकल्चरल एस्टेट इन विच lands are there, as well as the mansion. Mansion yani again the palace, or you can say a big house, haveli like or bungalow like house, in which the lord, that is the owner of the land or the estate, he lives. That is manor. So what happened? The people of the village who were working in the manors, they attacked the Chetoks. They seized the hose and pitchforks, and they looted the hoarded grain and burnt the documents that were containing the records of their manorial dues. Also, when all this rumor and all this resulted, a warlike situation it was created in the country. Louis XVI, after having a discussion with his ministers, he finally gave recognition to the National Assembly, which was declared on 20th June at the tennis court. That is the day where the oath of the tennis court was taken, right? So on night of 4th August 1789, the assembly passed a decree, and the feudal obligations, they were reduced, they were abolished basically, and the clergy members, they were forced to give up their privileges. Tithe was abolished, and whatever lands they were owned by the church, they became now the property of the state. And from 4th of August 1789, the National Assembly started making a constitution, and this constitution was finally brought into action in 1791, and then France became a constitutional monarchy. This we will discuss in the next video. Till then, thank you. Have a good day.